Hi, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. We are going to be watching a movie today, and that movie is Flags of Our Fathers. And before we start watching it, I just want to say a few words. The channel is called Cat and Sonny, but this here is my father, aka Major Dad. And we've been watching The Pacific together. And before we started doing that, Cat and I, we watched Band of Brothers, where Major Dad, he joined us for one episode. And then, as I just said, then we started watching The Pacific afterwards because people kind of wanted us to continue in that same vein. And now that we're done with The Pacific, we thought, why not continue even further and then start watching some movies that are around the same period of time and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's why we started with Flags of Our Fathers. And when we've watched that, then we're going to watch Letters from Iwo Jima.
Yeah. And basically, it's because of all the good comments during the watch of the Pacific that people said you should watch Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima, and we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And before we dive into it, I just want to put in a little disclaimer. This is a fun journey for me. I tried it out just for one of the episodes of Band of Brothers. I thought it was fun, and there's some very great historic comments from people who knew people who'd been there and all that stuff. So I enjoyed that very much. So when we went into the Pacific, I enjoyed even more all the good and great comments that you guys put underneath each video. And it's still fun. I'm still a noob at this, sitting in front of people, or rather sitting in front of a camera and probably some people on the other side. And be aware of my people skills, because my people skills are military. They're not civilian. It's sometimes good, other times for a more select audience. So in case I say anything that you can understand in two ways, either a happy way or an offended way, I always mean the happy way. So just so you know that my skills are not necessary to be in front of a camera. I am still active duty as a major, and I have the good fortune of having some people that let me think that I'm in command sometimes. So this is a spare time thing for me. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it with Sonny, and I enjoy all your comments. And I hope you get some good comments in on this one as well. And I'm looking forward to the movie. Haven't seen it, and this is just to follow up on your suggestion.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for suggesting this, and the fact that we're going to be doing it now is, definitely taking that suggestion to heart. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then of course I've edited the movie down. So if you want to watch the entire movie with us, you can do that over on our Patreon page. There's a link down in the description, and I'm probably also going to leave a direct link to that video on Patreon down in the comments so that you can find it more easily, so to say. But I think more or less we're just going to jump into the movie, and then I'm sure we're going to have a lot to say about it afterwards. And I'm going to be talking about both the movie, but also, the events in a historical context.
Yeah, well, we already watched the Pacific and the Battle at Iwo Jima at that time, so there's a lot of historic comments on that, and I think we're on the same page when we watch the Flags of Our Fathers. So there'll be some historic comments, but I'm also looking forward to see how it's shown in the movie with all the things I read about it. I'm looking forward to seeing how they fought on Iwo Jima, and I don't know, it's probably going to be some personal stuff in there as well. Maybe not so much fighting as there was actually in the campaign at Iwo Jima, but I'm looking forward to that, and I'm really looking forward to afterwards to watch the Letters from Iwo Jima.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the American side and we get the Japanese side. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. So the reason why we're starting with Flags of Our Fathers is because, we thought, why not just stay on the American side? Because that's mostly what we got in the Pacific, even though they also did show some stuff from the Japanese, maybe not perspective, but at least they gave us some insight into what they're dealing with as well. Starting with Flags of Our Fathers, and then we are going to go into Letters from Iwo Jima afterwards and see it from the Japanese perspective. But let's jump into it.
I read nothing about it, so I'm actually really seeing this for the first time.
Yeah. What I know about it is, of course, Clint Eastwood. He directed both of these movies. I'm all right. Nightmares.
Well, that falls in line with what some of the comments were about, that people who actually were there still suffered with nightmares and stuff like that.
Many years
Every
after.
jackass thinks he knows what war is.
He's having some serious flashbacks.
Most guys I knew would never talk about what happened over there.
Yeah, that's a pretty famous picture.
Yeah.
Country was bankrupt. People were becoming cynical and tired of war.
This is it. That picture will define the Marine Corps for the next 500 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his. I powdered and diapered it. I know my son. That's him. Go get your father.
I think we might have found it.
Just as in the beginning, they need something to rally around and a few words. Much better than a picture.
Yeah, picture says a lot. But that's, yeah, okay. Staged.
Kind of.
Oh, now you're just having fun with me. Harlan, take your man right.
Oh, I really like that actor. I was walking on the left.
You know any left-handed jabs? It makes about as much sense as you shine with your shoes on. You don't even know why you do it, do you?
Yeah, if you're gonna die, might as well look good.
Any man who doesn't have his masturbation papers in order, they get him signed by tomorrow night or he ain't going overseas.
Masturbation papers?
You know, nobody tells me nothing. It's real nice, guys.
All right, get your ass over to the officer in charge of records. Maybe he's got some more left.
Oh, there's always that.
Oh my god, yeah.
He calls you an idiot. You take it like a man. Do not leave without signing it.
Appreciate it, Sergeant.
You got it.
Damn. The military banter. I'm really enjoying that. Yeah.
I don't see any barracks or any other structures.
That's right. We still don't know.
Oh, wait!
Now, this isn't just any island to them.
He was in Band of Brothers.
Yep.
Played Compton.
Japanese soil. We take that mountain. We take their big guns. We take their eyes.
And they will find out that you can't see any barracks because they're inside Mount Suribachi.
Yeah, they're dug in. Damn, that's a lot of ships.
Well, hold on. They're gonna lower a raft.
They're not gonna stop.
What?
So much for no man left behind.
They're just gonna let him die?
I would imagine they would drop some kind of speedboat that could pick them up, but maybe.
Yeah.
Here's the good news, Doc. We're going in with the first waves.
Have you ever heard news you considered to be bad?
The first one's off the ship, Doc. Means we don't go over the side of the ship.
Give me that rock a good shelling.
Yep.
But as you said, if they're inside, then
They're dug in, so
yeah.
actually a lot more survive than you would expect when you see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that, Jim. 3 days is a fucking beautiful thing.
Oh, I miss the old phones where you can really slam it.
Yeah.
Can't do that with the iPhone.
No, you can do it once.
Yeah.
Try not to wave this kid around too much. They got sharpshooters that are trained to look for him.
Oh.
They know that if they take out a corpsman, another dozen Marines will die unattended. All right?
Yep. You're gonna be a target.
Yeah, it's against the Geneva Convention, but then again, they didn't sign it.
Nope.
Think of your girls back home waiting for you.
Japanese propaganda on the radio.
I think the guy playing Iki is that's Jamie Bell. I'm not quite sure. He's pretty young. I try to remember a lot of names and faces, but a lot of the time, not good at it.
As I mentioned earlier, I joined the military because we have name tags. So you don't have to remember names.
Whoa. That's some landing. What's...
That's all the Amtraks sailing in.
Yeah. But what was with those sailing in a circle?
Because they want to hit the beach at the same time. So
Oh, okay.
they will circle around and then
They'll join up with the rest and then they can
come
all...
in, they'll come in as an assault line.
Yeah, okay.
And they really want to have close air support while landing. But then again, as we talked about, they landed unopposed more or less,
Oh yeah. You mentioned that during the Pacific. Yeah.
which kind of surprised them quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what you wanted to see, or you were curious if they were going to show that in the Pacific, and well, now we're seeing it.
Yeah.
In this one.
They were expecting heavy fighting, but that will come.
Yeah, we know that.
What do you think, Doc? You think they're all dead?
Nope.
Also, it's very difficult to walk or wade through the terrain because it's a volcanic island.
Yeah. The ground is very unsteady or uneven, I should say. And there we go. Fuck.
Mike, take 6 men and bring that gun on the beach.
And they're gonna wait until they move further inland before they start attacking. They're gonna wait for that.
They set up a killing ground
Oh.
with mortars and artillery already lined up for it.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be brutal. It's a smart tactic, that's for sure. But damn.
Great way of showing it with the silence just before.
Yeah, just before that happens. Do they have any cover anywhere at all right now?
Nope, not on the beach. That's why the good old saying, keep your head down and move.
Mm.
So you can see the jeeps can't drive.
Yeah, the vehicles are just stuck.
Sergeant, what? I think I can clear that out. All right, you go. Here. Take these.
Throw a grenade in there.
It's amazing that you have people going, I got this, and then just runs up there.
Yeah, the guts. You also know it has to be done. And if you have the skills to do it. Nice. I'm guessing that has something to do with the way the pillboxes are made, with the tunnels inside.
Yeah.
And then you explained it. And yeah.
They're built in a way so you can hide behind another wall. And then
Yeah.
Slaughter.
Yep.
Speaking of. Oh, okay, yeah. His head got blown clean off.
that's more or less what's left when people have their suicide vests on. Body blows up, but the head just pops off.
He raised the first flag. It was Harlan Block that raised that one.
I told him it was Hank.
I'm talking about the time when they raised the flag.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
Yikes.
Turn you around, ship you off to Okinawa in time to meet your buddies on the beach. So why don't you stop screwing with me? Give me your damn name.
Yeah. He's gonna tell him it was that other guy, even though he told him not to in a very
We saw that.
violent way. And yeah, exactly. We saw him there. And he did look kind of drunk, or maybe like he didn't want to be there. Just when you saw that at the stadium.
He would be alive and sitting right here if it wasn't for you. You think about that when you look at his picture, Ed.
What did Ed do?
Didn't agree with his wife. That's all it takes.
Huh?
That's Pima Indian talk, boy. Don't you know your own language? Took forever to memorize that damn gibberish.
Sorry, I've been away from the reservation too long, sir.
Didn't even want to just humor the guy.
Come in.
Oh, hey!
Treasury Department.
Can't remember his name, but I really like that guy. He's in Mad Men and playing Howard Stark in the MCU.
When they took the other one down. Am I the only one getting a headache here? You know about this?
This was the 5th day, sir. The battle went on for 35 more.
Well, what'd you do? Raise a goddamn flag every time you stop for lunch?
Can I hit this guy?
You know, I think this whole damn thing is a farce, you ask me.
he's quite annoyed that he has to pitch a hero story that really isn't true.
They might have called it that we're flat fucking broke and can't even afford bullets, so we're begging for your pennies bond drive, but it didn't have quite the ring. They could have called it that, though, because if we admit we made a mistake, that's all anybody will talk about, and that will be that.
Shit, he's not wrong.
Well, he explained it very well.
Yeah.
They need the money. They need the bond drive.
Yeah, same thing with Barcelona
Yeah.
in the Pacific.
Now we need you to fight for a mountain of cash. I don't expect you'll let us down.
And back to the fighting.
I actually kind of like the way they're jumping back and forth. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Nice catch.
It's just as I was talking about jumping.
Yeah.
The real heroes are dead on that island. We'd appreciate it if you bought bonds in honor of them. Thank you.
That made sense.
It did, yeah. Hope he's not going to get reprimanded for saying that.
Probably.
Must be a weird position to be in. Being celebrated as a hero when you don't really feel like it. But you know that you have to do something to get people to buy the bonds. Yeah.
Well, yeah, as I said earlier, I might offend someone, but that's another kind of prostitution. I mean,
It is.
yeah.
It is, yeah.
But then again, it's needed. I mean, they need the money.
And give more than we think we can.
Pouring blood.
Yeah.
Pretty striking imagery.
Yeah. But at the same time, I want one.
Yeah.
I would use a snack.
I would go for the strawberry as well. But yeah.
Good picture of someone going up and down the line, counting.
Yeah. All the casualties.
Grotesque, but
Damn.
86, 82, over. Where the hell are our tanks? Stuck in the sand. Madam says you to go without them. Christ.
no tanks, no protection. Now run up the hill.
Yeah. The protection you thought you were going to get, not coming. Now keep going. Is that... What was... She played Rose in 2.5 Men or something? She wants the attention. But if it works, I don't...
I like the way they cut it between the fighting and the bond drive and all that, just as in the Pacific with Barcelona. And
Yeah.
you see the grotesque thing about it, and you at the same time got a good explanation why they need the money.
Yeah.
badly.
It's a different kind of battle they're doing now.
I hear you used a tomahawk on those Japs. Is that true, Chief?
Yes, sir.
Well, tell them you did. Makes a better story, huh?
I'm not surprised they haven't dressed him up in feathers and give him a tomahawk just to take advantage of
Some
that.
of them might have thought of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it makes me feel better, but it does. It's so silly, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Damn, makes her feel better. You don't want to tell her that her son was probably not in the... Yeah.
I'm Pauline, Rainey's girlfriend.
Let me just butt in here.
Yeah, would you mind?
I'm Pauline. Nice to meet you.
Quite beautiful, though. Apparently it sends the wrong message.
Yeah.
Some sleep, Ira.
Well, they could stop giving all the drinks first.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I get why he is drinking.
Yeah, but even I get mushy when I get enough.
Yeah.
So.
Mike?
Yeah.
See this?
What?
Mike? Shit, go.
Bang, 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 bang.
Should have just started shooting instead of asking whether or not the other guys were seeing this.
At the same time, you really shouldn't get out of your foxhole at night.
No. They probably want you to do that.
But they did that. They came out at night and attacked. So it's important for you to stay in your foxhole because everyone else would be shooting at anyone running around. I think there was something about that in the Pacific as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guy got shot.
Tag along? Yeah, you can lead the way if you want. Give
me
me
a
a
shot
shot
of
of my face.
Guy with the camera. So we're gonna get
There was several up there. There was one filming and one with a camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the flag.
That's the flag, yeah.
Okay, so we're probably gonna see the first flag racing pretty soon.
Thank God that ain't us.
Okay. Move up that hill, plant a flag. Where's the enemy? Yep.
Yep.
And I like that someone hold the flag while we tie it on. Do not let it touch the ground. It's the first tiny flag.
Yep.
It's supposed to be like that. And the ship should also start to chime in. Yeah.
Raising that son of a bitch means the Marine Corps for the next 500 years.
As you said.
They got in there.
Yes, sir. He's out of his goddamn mind! Give me that flag and find another one to replace it.
Shitting me. Oh, and that's when it, yeah.
That's when they get a bigger flag, yeah.
Beautiful shot, Joe.
That kind of day.
Oh, and he's probably gonna get
He's gonna get it.
the picture that's actually gonna become famous.
I wonder if that real flag is somewhere on display.
Yeah, the first one?
Yeah. I haven't looked that one up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up afterwards.
Or you guys can just tell us in the comments.
Get it?
Wish I could have seen their faces.
Ira, they're cops. They're supposed to have nightsticks. You're not supposed to be in the street swinging a chair.
Yeah.
I'm that, son.
You didn't serve me.
I don't make the rules. We don't serve Indians.
So what the police meant by another goddamn hero is probably, you know, another one coming back from war and acting out.
Probably.
Because, yeah, I'm guessing none of those guys got offered any therapy or anything like that.
No.
Not back then. I wouldn't want to go in there.
I want the guy with the flamethrower.
Yeah, I want him to go in first, yeah. Oh, whoa, shit. That's graphic.
Very.
What happened to them?
Probably a grenade. Yeah.
They're killing themselves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But, I mean, that train. It's like follow me through ambush alley. I don't think anyone would pick that.
Exactly.
It makes for a good film.
What a hell of an experience.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming.
Cease fire! They're my men! You're targeting our
Oh no, it was friendly fire!
Yep.
Oh fuck.
Targeting our men! Give me another radio!
One thing is dying to the enemy and not friendly fucking fire. Damn.
Mike, can you hear us?
No.
I'm okay. Just need to catch my breath. Let's celebrate soldiers with fireworks.
Yeah. That's not gonna bring back anything.
Where'd he go?
Oh.
Who's right here? He can tell me where did he go?
Look what they did to the poor son of a bitch.
Oh no, fuck.
So they sneaked out and
Grabbed him, pulled him underground, and then tortured the poor guy. Or just killed him.
Probably some more than just killed him.
Yeah.
From the looks of it.
Yeah, killed him slowly.
They had a tendency to cut off the genitalias and put them in the mouth.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that's probably why they didn't show us.
Jesus Christ, he's drunk. Goddamn Indians.
Yes, because that has something to do with why he's struggling. Yeah, sure.
An embarrassment to the uniform.
Oh, fuck this guy. I have some fucking empathy. But, fuck, yeah, at least he doesn't have to do it anymore then.
He was a good guy.
It's a survivor skill.
He'd
Yeah.
be ashamed of me, seeing me the way I am.
That was the first of thousands of landings on Iwo.
Look at that.
That's the planes that were bombing Japan on the way back normally. That they would ditch around Iwo Jima, and once they took Iwo Jima, they could land there. Save the pilots.
Saved a lot of lives.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks. That's a hero, kid.
Wow.
Wow. Why even hold on to the flag?
I gave Mr. Pennick your message. I'm sure.
Oh, that's the job offer he got on the train. And
He got several job offers and tried calling them in.
I could never find out why he did it, but one day Ira just took off.
That's not such a mystery, is it?
Yeah.
It's being treated like shit.
And the other guys go, okay.
All right.
And Ira told him the truth, that it had been his son who raised the flag with him. And then he just turned and walked away.
Walked 1,300 miles. Shook hand and walked back.
Seems like it. He had that one thing to do.
Just as Belle knew all along.
Yeah, she said she recognized his behind.
And called Hank's mom with the news that it wasn't her son after all.
Oh, shit. Yeah. We've seen that one in real life. We've been there, at least.
It wasn't long after that they found Ira. The paper said he died of exposure. There was no autopsy.
Aw.
He drove to a town on the other side of Wisconsin where Iggy's mom lived.
Oh. Gonna tell her what happened?
I never found out what he told her, but I can pretty much guarantee it wasn't the truth.
Did I ever tell you they took us swimming? That's the way I remember Iggy now.
That's the kind of memory you want to hold on to.
Yeah.
And if we wish to truly honor these men, we should remember them the way they really were, the way my dad remembered them.
Boys.
All right. Directed by Clint Eastwood. That's a pretty good movie, if you ask me.
It looks more like the first flag than the second flag because it's so tiny, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Played very well. Good actress.
Yeah. I think the acting and the way that they kind of constructed the movie. And now we're seeing the real people. Cool. And the way they kind of constructed the movie and the narrative and how they were pacing it, I really like that. That we're jumping back and forth, and they didn't do it in 100% chronological order. And Jamie Bell, I was right. Okay, he was playing Iggy. And but that was Paul Walker. Okay. Damn, as I said, not always that good with names, but I do recognize some faces.
Yeah, but it showed the battle at Iwo Jima very well at the same time, jumping to the battle in the United States to get the money to war bonds and the whole idea of we need something to have them pay money for one word or something easy to remember.
Yeah.
Then this flag race came along. So
yeah, it's something to inspire, something people can look at that's not too complicated, and it's just you look at a picture like that and American Marines raising the American flag on foreign soil, and yes, if you look at it, it does scream out victory. We did it. We planted the flag, even though when it happened and the battle was far from over at Iwo Jima, but
there's also a lot of fighting after that.
yeah, exactly. But people don't want to know that. That's they wanted the story of victory and looking at that
and
picture.
They got that, but after a little while, they had the whole talk about it was a setup or whatever. And I think afterwards, people are more leaning towards, well, it's still it shows the right thing, and there were the actual flag raising that had people cheering on and all that.
And actually did something for morale, probably.
Did something very good for morale on the fighting on Iwo Jima, and that they made the picture a little bit better because no one was there for the first picture, or at least they didn't get a picture of the first flag raising. Then they got a great picture from the second flag raising, and they used that to the utmost to get the money needed to pay for the war effort. So, well, it's staged, but I'm not really. It weren't staged toward doing that. It was staged toward getting the flag down.
Yeah, we saw it. Like they were
wanted the other flag.
Exactly, they were arguing about, okay, no, I don't want this freaking politician just getting the flag and hanging it on his wall. It belongs to the Marines, so it's that whole thing. And give me that flag and just raise a second one. And like they didn't.
I think the story goes that they did actually want a bigger one up there as well. So
yeah,
but someone else said I want the first flag and get a bigger one up there, and they got a big one up there. But I think the guy who actually had the first flag, he got it back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
it's interesting to think back on historical events like this and how it's being told and why people did what and how it got perceived maybe at first, and then, as you've mentioned so many times, then once you let the history kind of marinate and you revisit it and look at it with new eyes sometimes, then you will look at it in a new light. It will mean something else, or you'll get more of a clear image of what exactly happened.
You will retell the story, and the United States were great at having cameras and photographers with them out to different missions. So
yeah, as we can see right here in the credits.
From that a picture talks more than a lot of words sometimes. Yeah. So you get the whole picture of how hard the fighting was, how big the whole landing was with the amount of ships and all that. And there are also some ugly pictures out there of the atrocities that happened. Yeah, that happened on both sides, more or less. But again, I think it was a great way of telling the story about the flag. The flag raising.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what the majority of the focus was on, the events or the circumstances surrounding the flag raisings, both of them. And then, as I said, jumping back and forth, I like that.
It kind of worked well, yeah.
It worked well with the pacing. It's some of the times it did feel a little bit disjointed, maybe towards the end for me personally. Just some of it, the way they were jumping back and forth in time a lot there, and how some of these guys, what happened to them after the whole war bond thing, especially with Ira and. And it is, it
turns out to be kind of a sad story.
That's
while at the same time it was a good story to take Iwo Jima. It was a good story to plant the flag and get the funds needed for it. So it takes a sad feeling to it. Mostly because it also addresses the whole mental thing of when you've been to war and when you come home, you have so much unfinished business in your head, baggage with you back from the fighting. So
Exactly.
it kind of touches on that, and well, as we talked about earlier on the Pacific, we've gotten better at that today. That back then,
Oh,
back
yeah,
then
yeah.
it was like, oh, it's battle fatigue. Go have a drink and you'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Or don't have a drink because you're just a drunk or something, and not really trying to understand why. And yeah, but as you're saying, thankfully it has gotten way better when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, kind of tragic to see, but also uplifting in a sense. And I've one of the guys that he interviewed. That's from the actual.
That is from Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
You can go there, I think, just once or twice a year, and mostly it's U.S. Marines, former U.S. Marines. There's no such thing.
And that's the real picture.
There's no such thing as a former U.S. Marine or an ex-Marine. You told me that before. U.S. Marines, not active, have been going there to see the Iwo Jima and visit that place. But I think it's only allowed to go there once or twice a year, something like that. And for the whole fighting point of view, I think the whole way that they did it in the movie, it showed very well that they were able to do the landing unopposed, and they set up kill zone. Japanese set up kill zone, had all the guns and mortars and artillery, whatever, pointing into where they would expect the Americans to arrive and land. And you saw the issues with even the wheeled vehicles or the tracked vehicles had issues getting through the sand. And you couldn't do the tank in front, infantry behind things. So it was infantry all the way, more or less, up the mountain. And you saw it could take a real beating, shelling from the ships and all that. Still, they were fighting from up there. They were still dug in, and
exactly. That was very apparent that they were well prepared for the Americans coming, and even though, as you said, they got a shelling from all the ships, they were dug in so well, so that they couldn't get to them, and we saw everything that happened there. And just to return to what I just mentioned before with the guys that were being interviewed, and one of them said something about that this island, what happened here, it saved a lot of lives. That island saved a lot of lives.
Yeah, that was.
But I'm thinking it also
cost
a lot of lives as well.
It cost a lot of lives to take it, because it was Japanese soil, more or less. It was just a volcanic island. They didn't really use that much, but there was supposed to be a radar station on Iwo Jima that could spot out the U.S. planes going to Japan to bomb Japan. And so they wanted to take out that radar station. At the same time, they wanted to have the airfields there for the bomber planes when they got back from Japan, or they could even launch them from there towards Japan, so they could bomb Japanese mainland from there. And as what they said, meaning with the saving a lot of lives, that was the bomber planes coming back, crash landing in the ocean before, and now they could land on Iwo Jima. And save the pilots that way.
Yeah. I was also thinking about it in the sense that you could look at it where, yes, they lost a lot of people on Iwo Jima, and it was a very, very tough battle. And a lot of losses, as I just said. But because of the flag raising, and because they were there and with the planes landing, like it also saved lives. It also did something good for the war effort. They wouldn't have gotten the picture that then secured them, I'm thinking, a lot of money for the war effort. They wouldn't have gotten that if they hadn't gone to Iwo Jima. So it is kind of, you're looking at it in two ways. Like, yes, it's a tragedy. It sucks that they had to go there. It sucks what happened, but some good sort of also came out of it. So you can't just be dismissive of.
No, war is about winning battles, so
yes,
that kind of counts.
Yeah, and you don't do it just, nobody goes to war just because they want to go out and kill people, or at least they shouldn't, but they want to do it for something greater, something. And I know, like, while you're there, you're maybe not exactly doing it for the bigger picture. You're just doing it for the people besides you, and your brothers.
As I said in the end, it's you're fighting for your brothers, trying to keep them alive.
Mm.
But I think the whole explanation that that guy gave about why they're supposed to go out and sell those war bonds to make money, otherwise we're broke. This is the seventh push, or whatever, seventh war bond push, but actually it should be called, you have to give up your money now because we are broke and we'll lose the war if you don't give us your money. But that just didn't sound right.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice way of explaining it.
Yes,
because that was needed at that time.
Yes, it was, and that is, the ugly truth, you could call it, that you need to inspire people, citizens, to give you money, give the army money, and pay for what's going on down there, which is, once again, if you think about it, it's not nice to think about what was going on, and it was tragic, but also necessary to win a war. And it gets muddled a lot talking about stuff like that, because you can see it from a lot of different angles.
Go for winning the war, because losing sucks. So that made sense.
Yes.
Also, I noticed that at the beginning on the ship, one of the Marines said leathernecks. Did you notice that?
I think I did, yeah. I noticed the word leathernecks.
Marines are called leathernecks, and you sort of think that sounds like a real tough thing, a leatherneck. But
it does.
Actually, it refers to that they had a collar, a huge leather neck collar, so that was why they got the nickname.
So it was just more literal, actually.
Yeah, it was very thick, stiff leather, so they could more or less turn their heads. So after a while, they got rid of it, but they already got the nickname leathernecks.
All right, because they're probably complaining about it a lot, and being like, I can't turn my fucking head because of this stupid leatherneck.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it turned out, it sounds kind of cool.
It does sound kind of cool, yeah. Leathernecks, but all right, that's, thank
But
you.
all in all, I think it was a great movie.
Yeah.
And nice to see the fighting there, and sort of fit in with my image from reading about it, and the pictures and stuff I saw. So graphically, it was also very well made, I think.
Yes, the effects and everything, and just how it was presented and shown. And I am kind of glad that they didn't show us exactly what happened to Iggy, even though I'm a little bit curious, morbidly curious, you could call it that. But either way, they did also show us a lot of graphic stuff that, war is definitely not pretty.
Find all the ugly pictures out there.
I'm sure you can. So you can find anything.
I think it was a better effect that he just walked in there, looked at him, there was a light on his face for a little while, and then it just faded away again, and he walked away. We didn't see it. So sometimes fantasy can make it even worse.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You can build up something way worse in your own head. Just the thought of something can be worse than what actually happened. So yeah, definitely it was very effective the way that they did it, and you gotta applaud good old Clint Eastwood for his direction and everything he did with this movie. And once again, I'm looking very much forward to Letters from Iwo Jima, because people do say that is the superior movie of the two, even though I enjoyed this one very much.
I think it was a good movie.
Yeah, exactly. And it was only a little bit just disjointed here and there for me personally, but that's probably the only thing, the only gripe I have with it. So yeah, it showed me kind of a lot that we got from the Pacific, and a lot that I expected. But I'm also glad, as you said, that they showed us more of the landing and how they arrived there at Iwo Jima, and we got a more well-rounded picture of this battle or this island, what happened here in particular, and then coupled with what happened back home, and also the mental aspect that we talk about that a lot in our Pacific reactions. So once again, if you haven't seen them, then you can find them on this channel, and of course also the full-length reactions on Patreon. So yeah.
And next up will be Letters
From Iwo Jima.
From Iwo
Yeah,
Jima.
yeah.
I don't know what I'll find the time for it, but hope you'll be ready for it out there once I take the time for it.
Yes, exactly. If it's not going to be next week, then maybe the week after, or yeah, we'll let you know. Just remember to keep an eye on the community tab here on YouTube, where you can find weekly schedules and stuff like that, where we will tell you guys what is going on and what we are doing. So I think unless you have anything else,
probably, but I'll remember once
once I shut it off, then you'll be, oh, I should have said that thing and that thing, and yeah, that's what always happens.
That's one of the noob things. Once you turn off the camera, I'll remember a lot of things I should have told you.
Yeah. We can maybe save it for next time if you remember.
Probably won't. If I don't write it down, it's gone. So,
fair enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye.